we live in a world where information is so readily available to us. This is the biggest point of information freedom that we've ever known as a planet, right? We live in a very small world. You want to go look at what the Eiffel Tower looks like on the 3rd floor? Back to 9/11 and walk around the dusty street. You can do it on Street View. You know, you want to learn about the Mayans and why the Mayans disappeared. You can go now. And you don't need a great deal, right? So what I would encourage people to I don't offer any mentor services. I'm on LinkedIn. I love my LinkedIn. I write a newsletter on LinkedIn when I remember. So they reach out to me there. But my greatest encouragement was that I'm not the best fit for everybody. I have my perspective. You call me an expert. I'm by no means an expert. I might have more expertise than some people who haven't walked my walk, but I'm by no means an expert. Anyone who claims to be the smartest person in the room just isn't. It's just never true. Make sense? So the accolade that I have is that given all the privilege I was born with, given all the opportunity I was given on a plate by my parents' high levels of sacrifice, I threw it all away and wasted it. And to this point, I feel like I've managed to grow up and mature enough to realize what privilege is and be willing to help out where I can. My accolade is the success and understanding who I am and what I am. But I'm by no means an expert. But if you feel like there's something of interest that you can get from me, reach out to me on LinkedIn. It's Kiaran. It's spelled funny. My parents were hippies. And I'll happily get in touch. Yeah.
All right.
But use the world. AI is amazing. AI is incredible. Have you asked AI to ask you questions?
To ask me questions?
Yeah. Have you done that? Have you? No?
Ask AI.
Here's my exactly. What's going on there, right? Here's my greatest challenge, and I'll leave this as a little mentoring thing at the end because I've done it, and I'd be more than happy to share the manifesto that came out of it. It's freaking cool. And I've done it with a few other people, and for the people that have committed to it have come away going, I need to quit my job, or I need to get married, or I need to get divorced. No one said that. AI is apparently the cumulative value of general knowledge, not intuition. It can't. I don't believe that it can do that. But general knowledge is so high, right? Probably 1,000 times smarter than you have been in your life. So if you go on to any AI service, and I highly encourage everyone, I know $20 a month is a lot of money, but $20 a month is the greatest investment you'll probably make in your life for the next 5 to 10 years. Because going on to AI, even a free one, I haven't done a free one yet, and going, I want to work with you better as a partner. Ask me 20 questions about me so you can better understand me. Answer the question. Questions are a beast. Then say, now you understand, ask me another 20. Compound your learning, ask me another 20. Ask it 100 times. And then right at the end, ask it this question. And everyone, whether you're a pastor, whether you're a pastor, whether you are a volunteer, whether you are a cameraman, whether you are a podcast operator, put this sentence. Because it's now learned from you, right? It's asked your fears and your wants and your skills and your needs and your problems and your strengths. Make me rich. And get it right. Then go back and say, create me a SWOT analysis of me as a brand, right? What is a SWOT? Strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, threats. Give me my SWOT analysis. Because your strengths and your opportunities are your brand. That's your brand. That's what you should talk about yourself as. And your weaknesses and your threats, that's your to-do list. That's your gym. You got to go work out to mitigate those issues. And then right at the end, act as a journalist and write a critical article about me. If you want to learn something about yourself, look in the mirror. So that's my little nugget that I highly suggest you try. I've done it on Gemini and I've done it on GPT, and I highly suggest you give it a crack.
All right. So before I ask you where we can find more about your work, what are the last nuggets that you want to leave to our audience?
What I've learned in the last few years, and I come from a great deal of privilege, but my family never had any money.
All right.
Does that make sense? So I went to private schools. We lived in suburb houses. My parents had good jobs, but if I tell you we had no money, we had no money. There was no extras, there was no holidays, there was nothing like that. So growing up, although the reference point might be different to someone who grew up in poverty, the reference point of feeling like I wasn't enough, couldn't do, there was no opportunity. Even my parents spoke it like that sometimes because they were working really hard and trying their best. What I've learned is that money is not the outcome. Money is a byproduct of doing something valuable over and over again.
Over and over again.
When we chase money as the output for what we are doing, you're going to get little bits of money. Money to the wealthy are tools. And when we are poor, when we don't have enough of that tool, we can think that that is the item. But it genuinely isn't. It genuinely isn't. Well, I mentioned before you walked in, you guys are so dressed up. And I always appreciate that about Zimbabweans. Everyone dresses up. I don't dress up. This is me on a Monday. This is me on a Sunday. Money and shiny things and these things that make us popular, that they are a huge cost. But the idea of creating something of value that creates value over and over again will be paid for in tomatoes when there's no money, will be paid for in arms in a war zone, will be paid for in free labor when you're the one who has the solution. Does that make sense? Money can be the root of all evil, but it's also the greatest tool we could ever have. If you're going to do something to create the value of it. We're having this argument at work right now, not an argument. I don't have an office. I've never had an office. I'm not an office guy. I sit at a boardroom table. And we've been talking about it because I want to redo the offices. It's going to cost some money. I don't like spending money. I'm looking for someone else to tell me to do it so I can justify to spend the money. And there's often comments about ABC because our office furniture is very old, even though we sell office furniture every day. And the reason why that doesn't matter to us is that we're not chasing money. My main objective at work in terms of our product is to make sure I have a lot of people getting value from it, because money is the organic byproduct. Very hard for me to say, very easy for me to say in my position, very hard to hear if you have no money. But if you go and create something of value, if you solve the problem that someone's willing to pay for, you might get far more than money. You might get opportunity. I had a guy come and sell me some car cleaning material in Sunway City the other day. Is it Sunway City? By Rio? I was going out of town and we stopped at the KFC because we like KFC, obviously. And this guy came and sold me this shampoo and I fell in love with this dude straight away. He caught me at the door and said, "Sir, can I just say, your car is beautiful. That's an unusual color for that model." I was like, it is. I was like, "Yeah, thanks, man. Appreciate you." Kind of walked off like, "Hey, that was a cool interaction." Walked to the car. This dude comes around the side. I could make it even nicer with my shampoo product. That dude got a business card and a job offer. I did not buy a can of his shampoo. I said, "Come to my office on Tuesday. I'll give you a job." If you create value, you might find what comes out of it is far greater than the money you expected. That was my last nugget there.
All right. So it's been a pleasure and we're delighted.
Thank you for having me. I appreciate you. Thanks, guys. Thank you so much.
All right. So you've been watching the Sky Lions Business Podcast, and you're watching Kiaran, you're watching Mr. Gandari, and Marvelous. And a special thanks to our partners, the Shingi Media, the Youth Employee Magazine team, and a special thanks to our sponsors.